President, Ministers of Interiors, Defense, and the heads of DSS, NIA, and the DMI. The meeting, which holds on a quarterly basis, appraises security situations with a view to determining options available. At the end of the meeting, the National Security Advisor, Mohammed Mongunu, told journalists that the resolutions of the House of Representatives on the service chiefs did not come up for discussion. The major outcome of the meeting, according to him, is the resolve to deepen collaboration between government agencies and the bigger society. The People's Democratic Party, the PDP, has described the comments by President Muhammadu Buhari expressing surprise at heightened insecurity across the country as defeatist, demoralizing and traumatizing. The PDP stated that by this comment, President Buhari has displayed a disheartening dereliction of duty, directly admitted that he is overwhelmed and lacks the required capacity to articulate and implement any solutions to the escalated insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, bloodletting, and the increased wave of violence under his administration. In a statement by spokesman Kola Olubodiyan, the party held that such a statement from a commander-in-chief who promised to lead from the front is distressing, as it further exposes an abdication of duty and shows that the president is not even abreast of his major task in governance, which is the security of lives and property. We'll go to the House of Representatives, where we gather that they've passed a resolution to invite the Inspector General of Police IGP, Mohammed Adamu, and the Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Abdullahi Gana Muhammadu. The resolution of the House was reached following a motion by the Deputy Majority Whip, Nkiruka Unyagocha, on the need to investigate the spate of accidental discharge by security personnel and to forestall the killing of innocent Nigerians due to mishandling of firearms. The motion was seconded by Representative Linda Ibazu. Onyagocha urged the House to direct the Nigerian police and other security agencies to ensure adequate sensitization of their personnel to stop using lethal force as the first point of action. An Abuja High Court has granted former Attorney General of the Federation, Mohammed Adoke, bail in the sum of 50 million naira and one surety. According to the ruling on Thursday, the surety must be a Nigerian citizen with landed property within the jurisdiction of the court. The surety must also appear with the defendant throughout the period of the trial. Adoke was asked to deposit his international passport with the registrar of the courts. Justice Idris Kutugi, who gave the ruling, also granted bail to the second defendant, Aliyu Abubakar, in the sum of 50 million naira with two sureties who must have landed properties within the jurisdiction of the court. Still on court matters, the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, in Gwagwalada, Abuja, has ordered the arrest of a former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Dan Etete, and two others. Also to be arrested are Muna Saidoga and Amaram Joseph. Justice Abubakar Kutugi gave the orders on Thursday in a ruling on an ex parte motion by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Justice Kutugi said, "I have carefully gone through the application. The application has merits and is granted as prayed." The EFCC said the three are being wanted in relation to a pending charge linking them with a $1.09 billion Malabo oil block, or PL 245 settlement agreement. The Federal High Court in Lagos on Thursday struck out a 3 billion naira fundamental rights enforcement suit filed by telecommunications firm MTN Nigeria Communications Limited against the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami San. Justice Chukwujeku Aneke made the order following a resolution of a $2 billion dispute between MTN and the federal government. MTN had filed the suit to challenge an August 2018 letter written to it by the AGF, demanding $2 billion in alleged unremitted tax. But the minister told the judge through his counsel, Habibat Adjana, that the AGF had reviewed the issue and withdrawn the demand letter via a January 8, 2020 letter to MTN. The House of Representatives has called on the federal government to declare a public health emergency over the recent outbreak of coronavirus across the world. Lawmakers say they want proactive steps taken to stop the spread of the virus into the country and ensure that the lives of Nigerians are protected. Our correspondent, Amadine Uye, reports.
The recent outbreak of coronavirus across the world has been a source of concern. While about 21 countries have had cases of infected citizens and several others placing travel restrictions on flights from mainland China, Nigeria's federal lawmakers think the federal government should follow suit. Via a motion which came under a matter of urgent public importance, federal lawmaker Nkiru Onyediocha thinks Nigerians are at risk and wants the federal government to take appropriate measures to safeguard the lives of the public.
Despite Nigeria and Nigerians being major trading partner with China, which is the ground zero of this coronavirus, and also partner with other countries that have been affected by this virus, stands a high risk of having the virus transmitted to our country. The House believes that the House of Representatives and indeed the federal government of Nigeria can do a lot to safeguard and ensure that the virus does not affect or transmit to the country by being proactive.
Some other lawmakers say the virus, which has continued to spread across the world, should not be taken for granted and should be treated with a high level of importance. They want the federal government to declare a public health emergency over the situation.
I think that the Ministry of Health are not doing enough. During the time we had Ebola, committees were set up and it was declared an emergency. And that resulted in us having nearly 1% report of occurrence. But at this instance, even at our borders and our airports, I have not seen such action taken by Minister of Health.
Let us look at the fact that this situation is coming while we're already dealing with issues of Lassa fever. And the two of them have a similarity in the way and manner that these diseases are spreading. The coronavirus is so bad that I am even going to suggest that we declare a public health emergency as a result. At least that will help to get the Ministry of Health and these agencies, especially the Center for Disease Control and the Permanent Healthcare Agency, to sit up and begin to see the danger that we are facing as a nation.
The lawmakers resolved that through quick interagency collaboration among stakeholders, much success can be achieved.
Mr. Speaker, if we deal with this motion with the speed of light that it deserves, we will be also sending a very good signal to our country and to our constituents that we are living up to expect.
The House has resolved to direct the Federal Ministry of Health, the Nigeria Immigration Services, the Quarantine Services, and the Federal Airport Authority and other relevant agencies to set up screening centers at all points of entry into the country to screen and watch out with a view of preventing the transmission of the virus into the country.
Amadine Uye, Plus TV Africa.
Thank you, Amadine. In a bid to help develop young developer talent, Google, an American multinational technology company, has established and officially opened the Google Developers Space where entrepreneurs, developers, and investors can connect and collaborate with each other. Our correspondent Adebanke Odunuyi has the details.
Google, an American multinational technology company that specializes in internet-related services and products, has officially declared its developer space opened in Lagos, Nigeria. The space was established to provide a space where entrepreneurs, developers, and investors can connect and collaborate with each other.
Today we're launching the Google Developer Space. It's part of a two-phase commitment that was made by Sundar, the CEO of Google, when he came to Nigeria in 2017. The first part of the commitment was to open the Launchpad Accelerator program and to support over 60 startups from across the continent through training, through mentorship with Google's processes, Google's network, and Google's technologies. The second part was to develop a space to house the program and support the developer community that we have on the continent.
The newly opened platform was named as a way through which mass digitalization literacy could be developed.
This Google space is providing a platform for people to prepare themselves to be digitalized. A platform where young people, older people can come and train themselves.
The Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy promised to encourage similar initiatives.
The ministry continues to provide and support ventures like this with good policies, regulations to encourage their businesses to grow. The minister is always working on, policies that would drive this sort of thing.
Reaching potential developers in the rural areas was named as important to the organization.
Definitely, there is life outside of the cities, right? And we're very conscious of that. We want our impact to be felt, not just in major cities like Lagos, Nairobi, Johannesburg, but also across the various countries we operate in. So in Nigeria, for example, and in other parts of Africa, we have different groups and communities that can help to take the learning to the grassroots.
The architect of the space spoke on the importance of design in sparking creativity.
One thing that's very important is, in this part of the world, people don't prioritize design. They don't prioritize the intellectual property of design, right? They see it as an afterthought. But think of everything you do every day, right? From the cars you're driving, the glasses you wear, to the bags, everything is designed for a purpose. So when you look at what architects do for spaces, we are now in a place where we are saying we want to design to influence business processes, whether it's to recruit, whether it's to retain your staff, to drive productivity, innovation, collaboration, to even drive the bottom line of your business.
It is commendable to see that multinational companies like Google are increasing their efforts in the development of African young talent. Grassroots companies are encouraged to take the same route. Reporting for Plus TV Africa, Adebanke Odunoyin.
5 outstanding Nigerians have been recognized for their fit in promoting transparency and accountability in their workplaces. The Nigerians, who were recognized by the Accountability Lab Nigeria as part of its Integrity Icons initiative, were commended for actions which ensured the procurement processes in their workplace were fair, transparent and corruption-free. Our correspondent, Idong Joseph, reports.
It was a special opportunity to recognize deserving Nigerians who had upheld virtues of integrity and transparency in the workplace. Those recognized were Tani Ali Nimian, an assistant director of NAFDAC; Christian Ehazo, the head of ICT at the University of Port Harcourt; Tina Odinakachi, a lecturer at the University of Jos; Kachlon Bertrand, a teacher in the River State; and Francis Erabo, a police officer in Akwa Ibom State. The country director, Accountability Lab Nigeria, Friday Ode, explained why these icons were selected.
Do we still want the change we want to see in this society? I've seen a couple of young people who are passionate about this job, and that drives me as well. So we need this change. So in the voting process, we want you people to know, like, these people still exist in Nigeria, and these are the people that can drive the change we want to see in our communities.
The president of the MacArthur Foundation, John Bafre, says the Integrity Icon program illustrates the need for unconventional and non-traditional means of fighting corruption.
The ICON program illustrates the need for unconventional and non-traditional methods of fighting corruption that are not problem-focused and centered on notions of compliance and enforcement. The importance of naming and faming versus naming and shaming is that it creates a positive narrative, rebuilds trust between citizens and government officials, and most importantly, builds hope that things can change.
Some of the awardees expressed excitement over the recognition, saying that it is a morale booster and will encourage others to do the same.
I feel very motivated, highly motivated, that my sojourning in the path of integrity really has paid off. That I've been named and famed by Accountability Lab. It's not just for me, but it encourages other colleagues who are behind and around me. So yes, for once, Nigeria is recognizing the right thing.
I stand for the right thing. You don't cheat in exams. You have to do the right thing. You don't need to pay through to get marks or grades. So I felt there's a need for us to change that narration where lecturers have been on the news severally asking for money for grades, sex for marks, and all of that. Quite a lot of us are doing the right thing. So I'm happy the satellite is on us again, lecturers, and for the right thing.
Ndong Joseph, Plus TV Africa.
Still ahead on Plus TV Africa News, France's top cleric cleared of abuse cover-up. This and more when we return from this short break. "36 people have been killed in a suspected militia attack in the eastern DR Congo region of Beni, where hundreds have died in violence since November, a local official said Wednesday. Congolese troops have been carrying out a military operation on an armed group in the east of the country, long plagued by various militias, and militiamen have responded with a series of massacres against civilians. They were all hacked to death. This brings the toll to 36 bodies. Local Beni Governor Donat Kibwana told AFP, updating casualties from Tuesday's attack. Officials had earlier reported 15 fatalities. 3 Chadian troops and a female civilian were killed early Thursday when jihadists attacked a military position on an island in Lake Chad, the military said. "We neutralized 21 assailants," Armed Forces Chief of Staff General told AFP. He attributed the attack to the Nigerian-based Boko Haram. The attack is part of including the crew was in lockdown. It came as China reported its biggest single-day jump in coronavirus deaths and global fears deepened over the spread of the disease. 2 of 3 Japanese people evacuated from China and found to be infected with a new coronavirus had not shown symptoms, the health ministry said on Thursday, adding to worries about the fast-spreading virus and its economic fallout. The 3 cases were among 206 Japanese people who were evacuated to Tokyo on Wednesday from the Chinese city of Wuhan, the epicenter of the epidemic that has killed 170 people in China and infected nearly 8,000. While the vast majority of cases have been in China, more than 100 cases have also appeared in about 15 other countries. France's top cleric, Cardinal Philippe Barbarin, who was found guilty of failing to report past acts of sexual abuse by a priest, has had his conviction overturned on appeal. The 69-year-old Archbishop of Lyon was given a 6-month suspended prison sentence last year. The case has rocked the French Catholic Church. He was the highest-profile cleric to be caught up in a child sex abuse scandal inside the French Church. Up next, NESG predicts 35% of Nigeria will slip into poverty. That is our business news after this break. Saudi Arabia has opened a discussion about moving the upcoming OPEC policy meeting to early February from March. This is according to 4 OPEC sources. This comes after a swift slide in oil prices alarmed Riyadh. Also, concerns over the economic impact of China's coronavirus has rattled global markets, helping send the price of crude down to around $58 a barrel from above $65 a barrel on January 20. However, no final decision over the new date of the meeting has been made, and not all OPEC members are on board yet, with Iran a possible contender to oppose the move. Russia was also not keen on advancing the meeting to early February, though it was not immediately clear whether Moscow had officially communicated its final position, the sources said. One Russian oil source suggested that Moscow may want to reassure the market it is willing to advance the meeting to prevent oil prices from falling further. OPEC officials and investors are trying to assess what economic damage the virus might inflict on demand for crude oil and its product. Following Thursday's trade, the industrial sector plunged 2.11%. However, the banking and insurance sectors recorded some gains. Irene Ubani brings us more.
The stock market recorded bearish sentiment, with the all-share index dropping by 0.27% to close at 29,030.93. Total deals recorded was 4,411, with an equity capitalization of 14.953 trillion naira. On the list of top gainers was Guarantee, which closed at a share price value of 31 naira per share, while Julius Berger closed at a share price value of 22 naira 50 kobo per share. However, WAPCO declined to a share price value of 15 naira 75 kobo per share, while UACN dropped to a share price value of 9 naira per share. On the list of top trades was MTN Nigeria, with a volume of 37.549 million shares traded at a value of 4.550 billion naira. According to sectorial indices, NSE Insurance was up by 2.07%, NSE Oil and Gas was down by 0.50%, NSE Consumer Goods was down by 0.04%, NSE Banking was up by 0.55%, and NSE Industrial dropped by 2.11%. According to the Lagos Parallel Market, the Naira traded to $1, buying at 358 Naira to $1 and selling at 361 Naira to $1. The Naira bought at 472 Naira to a pound and traded at 476 Naira to a pound, while the Naira bought at 394 Naira to a euro and traded at 397 Naira to a euro.
Still ahead on Plus TV Africa News is our roundup on entertainment and sports. Nigerian American actor Tireni Oyenusi is set for his first major role after joining the cast of HBO's upcoming limited series Americana, which is based on Chimamanda Adichie's award-winning book of the same title. Oyenusi will be joining the likes of Lupita Nyong'o, Zachary Momo, Uzo Aduba, and Curry Hawkins as HBO Max rounds out the lead cast for the upcoming limited series. Nyong'o plays Ifemelu in the miniseries, while Oyenusi plays Dike, who is very dear to Ifemelu and immigrated to America as an infant. That is it on entertainment. Sports news is up next after this break. Bruno Fernandes says he will give everything to bring success and trophies to Manchester United after joining on a 5.5-year deal from Sporting Lisbon. The midfielder, who is 25, has joined for €55 million, that's about £47 million. But add-ons could increase the overall cost to €80 million, that's about £67.7 million. Manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said the midfielder was a fantastic addition. Fernandes' move is the biggest in the Premier League so far during the January transfer window, with a deadline for 23:00 GMT on Friday. He follows Cristiano Ronaldo, Nani and Marcos Rojo in joining Manchester United from Sporting. His deal, which runs until 2025, also has an option to extend for a further year. And that's our news roundup of events at this hour. For more news updates, please follow us at Plus TV Africa on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Plus TV Africa. We'll be back later with more stories making the headlines. Please find time to join us again. Thanks for watching.
For upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Lucky November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's Tea Time on Plus TV Africa.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to. And so it's time for us to take over power.